Hello, welcome to Marcus Matthews Bass Lessons. This is the very first starting point. This is fundamentals. This is where you learn how to physically hold the form of the bass guitar, how to actually rest your hands on it, how to set your strap, and the basics of just your body's position. Very important. And before you even pick up a bass, I would highly suggest you do some stretches. I'll show you just a quick couple that's very good. I mean, they may prevent some things from happening later in life. Basically, apply some pressure and bend that hand back at the wrist. You don't have to try to break your wrist, but just apply a decent amount of pressure. Try holding it for 10 or 20 seconds. I'm going to do it quickly for time's sake. Just give each one of those wrists a good bend. My wrist already cracked and yours might as well. And then bend it the opposite way towards your inner wrist. Other hand. And that's really loosening up the tendon. Very good for you before you play. Another thing you can do is intertwine your fingers like that and then squeeze them together against each other. Very good for warming up your hands. Now, any kind of gym workout, playing a game of basketball, anything that gets your blood flowing and loosened up is great. You can do whatever you like, but it's good to do something. It is a physical workout playing this thing, and you shouldn't blast from 0 to 60 in 1 second. You should do a little warm up first for your health. Alright, now setting the strap. If you notice, when everyone sits, they put a bass usually on one of their thighs, and it's a really good, nice, easy access point. It's a common ground. That's where you do most of your practicing, probably sitting like this, and it's very comfy. Now, why not have your strap set to that? That's exactly my favorite spot. You notice when it's on my leg and I stand up, the bass does not move at all. I have it set to exactly where it is when I sit and practice. So when I'm on stage, I'm on common ground. I'm not in new territory, where when I'm standing up it's a foot down lower or so when I'm trying to do a solo and I'm missing half my notes. You don't want that. May look cool, but you won't sound too cool, and that's what's important out there. So keep it in common ground. Keep it right where you're used to it. And plus, it's very healthy to have it right here. So it's for your left hand. And that brings us to your left hand. Now, this guy, however you like to use your left hand, needs to be relaxed. You don't want to monster claw it, hence huge 90-degree. You want to keep it nice and relaxed. Keep your thumb somewhere around the mid spot. You can point it like that if you like, but just kind of loosely keep it on the back of the neck. It shouldn't be really a vice where you're giving you all your power. You should be able to actually remove your thumb and still play your lines. It's just a nice guide for your accuracy reasons. But just make sure you don't bend that wrist much. I'll explain exactly why in about 10 seconds. But just keep that hand relaxed, and it's a very good idea to use what's called a cage system. 1 finger per fret. So whenever you're walking a scale, anything you do, just one finger covers a fret. Just general, that's a good way of doing it. Now your right hand. What I was talking about earlier about not bending your wrist, there's a great reason. All the strength for your hands come from really the tendons in your forearms. They come down through this opening in your wrist, and not really any muscles that you should be using in your hands are used for this playing. So when you bend your wrist, it creates a lot of unnecessary friction and weakens that tendon connection to your fingers. You want to maximize that by keeping your wrist straight. A quick test that you can do at home: keep your wrist straight, connect your middle fingers and pull real strong, you know, You'll last quite a while doing that. But now bend your wrist like you would if you had your claw going on, and now pull your middle fingers. It kind of hurts and you're not too strong there. Exact same principle when you're bending those things and you're trying to play. You're going to create a lot of friction in there. It could cause health problems later, and you're losing a lot of strength and speed. So what I like to do is I keep my elbow up a little bit, and I like to rest on, I got all curved bases because they're real comfy, but I rest on that area with my elbow up. And because my strap's where it's just right where my fingers fall. Then you'll see me place my thumb on the strings, on all the pickups, going all over, up and down, whatever I do, but you'll never see me do the claw. It's ugly, and it's just going to cause you health problems later in life. So remember, keep your wrist straight and try to keep good form. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later.